Last but not least, I want to cover this Ben Simmons situation as far as how it affects all the NBA players, especially when it comes to their collective bargaining agreement that expires in the 2023-2024 season. Because the way it's playing out, when owners come to that negotiation table with the players, it's gonna look like one of those Avengers posters or one of those movies that said like the world's gonna end, World War Z, and you see all like chaos behind them. It's gonna look like that between the owners and players, because there's a lot of things that just come into play here. We see a lot of players under contracts for multiple years and they're just saying, I don't want to play no more or trade me. So best believe billionaire owners, they're going to want to come out of that deal. And what pretty much started all this was when AD had requested a trade from the Pelicans with 2 years left on his deal. And that's another LeBron James Rich Paul client. There's nothing wrong with players making decisions of where they want to go, who they want to play for, but we got to put some context under this. Because when LeBron James had made that 2010 decision, he was a free agent. And with Anthony Davis, we're starting to see a domino effect where guys sign brand new deals or in the middle of deals and they want out and they're trying to force their way out. Now going back to this Ben Simmons situation, he has 4 years left on his deal. And best believe because he signed to Clutch Sports, they're gonna angle this every which way they can to find loopholes around this. And it seems like right now they're grabbing the loophole of the mental illness situation to still get Ben Simmons paid while he goes through some sort of psychiatric evaluation or just some sort of therapy. So once again, there's a clause in the player's agreement with the NBA that a player's salary is protected if he has an issue with mental illness. And with this clause, we can't be mad at Ben Simmons and Rich Paul because they should be able to play every card that they possibly can. Because best believe if the owners had a card, they would play it. And we've seen this play out with Ben Simmons in the beginning of the season, in which they took his salary, a good portion of it, and they put it into an escrow account and they started fining him from that escrow account. So the owners do have their own loopholes to avoid paying certain salaries. They have their way arounds. Best believe they're billionaires. So they got a team of lawyers working on this paperwork. You could even look at some major issues with this current CBA in which owners kind of avoid paying certain players' salaries, especially after their rookie max extensions, like Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, De'Aaron Fox. They all missed out money because a lot of their money's tied up to NBA beat writers voting them into all NBA first teams. So each of those guys lost about $33 million each. So once again, when you're dealing with billionaires, there's walkarounds that they kind of toe the line at, but the players also in this current CBA found their own way of walking around certain things, like walking away from certain supermax deals and going to a team that they want to play for and then making it up on the back end. So the current supermax was designed to keep players on their current teams. And as we've seen in the past couple of years, guys like Russell Westbrook moving, James Harden moving, it's not quite doing that. So that's what I mean when I say when the owners and players come together for the 2023-2024 season to discuss the collective bargaining agreement, it's going to be pretty much looking like the Avengers movie poster. But just going back to Ben Simmons and the 76ers, this situation is getting nasty, especially due to the fact that ownership has committed salaries to Embiid, Tobias Harris, and Simmons all the way up until the 2023-2024 season. And they're going to pay repeater luxury tax on top of their salaries and on top of paying luxury tax. So you know they want to return. And meanwhile, at the same time, Joel Embiid, his prime years is pretty much the next 4 years, I would say. Because we all know Embiid, he struggles to stay on the court. And he's a big man where injuries always tend to follow him when we look at his history. Now, the 76ers have shown a lot of loyalty to Ben Simmons, especially in the past. They got rid of Jimmy Butler. They put a lot of pieces around this team that kind of cater towards Ben Simmons. And they never dealt with the reality that the fit between him and Embiid just doesn't work. Now, I can't knock the 76ers hustle quite yet because they still have a play in their back pocket. And that's to sort of wait this Ben Simmons situation out, see if other teams that are perhaps trying to get to a certain position during the season get desperate and want to make a deal for Simmons. The Sixers organization got Daryl Morey, and this is what he's known for. He's a guy that loves to make deals. He sort of squeezes these deals out of nowhere. He did it for plenty of years when he was down in Houston, And now he's going to have to live up to his name and find a situation to deal Ben Simmons away and gain something back to take advantage of Joel Embiid's leftover prime years, as that window gets shorter and shorter every season. Remember, ownership is already paying all these salaries of Tobias Harris, Embiid, and Simmons. They're paying luxury tax and repeater tax on top of that. They're paying the salaries of the past coach that they fired, and they guarantee Doc Rivers a 5-year deal. So there's a lot of money invested in this team already, and Daryl Morey has a lot of pressure to live up to. And as of right now, about the first few 10 to 15 games into the season, the 76ers do have a top performing offense. So they're still doing their thing. So Daryl Morey might as well sit back and be patient while he tries to play his cards to get the best results possible. It is what it is, but Ben Simmons, man, he's going out kicking and screaming. He's pulling out every single card to get his way, but there's going to be a price that comes with it. A lot of this player empowerment, best believe it's going to be a pushback when that next CBA comes up. I'm telling you, man, they could look at Ben Simmons as facto number one when the players see that the owners are not going to be budging for certain things anymore. Ben Simmons is going to be the main catalyst of that. This guy signed a 5-year deal and only played 1 year of it, and he already wants out kicking and screaming. He wants his way. He's not going to show up. He's going to pout. He's going to pull the mental illness card. He's going to do everything he can to still get his money and get his way. So I like to see how this plays out. I smell a dial back coming on all this stuff. So it is what it is. Until next time, you guys stay safe. Peace.